Hey everyone, want to get your attention for a minute? Yes, that would be you. Hey, thank you very much for coming out. This is our 10th year, and it's for the Supporting Children's Miracle Network. And every year this event gets better and better thanks to the sponsors and, of course, the players that come out. We have perfect weather this year, so there's no excuse about where your ball goes or any of that. But I won't go over that. We'll have rules in just a minute. We would like the Children's Miracle Network family to say a few words, and
I leave it up to them, Kelly Johnson, but I don't need to speak.
And Kelly Johnson, come on, you can introduce them for us.
Thank you all for being here. I am with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta with the Children's Miracle Network, and the folks that you really want to hear from today are the Butlers. So I am going to hand it over to Chris Butler and his daughter Lucie. Lucie is a miracle, and Chris will probably talk more about that, but we are thrilled that she would give up her day off from school to come be with you all. So let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for being here, and thank you for what you guys are doing. I was just talking a few minutes ago about, I'm a music teacher now in Cobb County at a very small school, and I've been doing that this is my 5th year. And prior to that, I was doing music professionally on the road, traveling a lot all over the country. And a few months before Lucie was born, and she's going to be 10 years, by the way, a week from today, she'll be 10 years old, so that's really exciting to us. So right before she was born, we were approached, the group that I performed with, to perform at a charity event for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. And at the time, I really didn't know that much about it or why, I just didn't, it's a hospital, that's all I knew. And even though I had a baby on the way, I really wasn't thinking that it might impact my life. I was just saying yes to help out some other people and to do a good thing. That's all I knew. So we did that. We performed at this big event. It was really cool, and went on about my life. A month later, Lucie's being born, and prior to her being born, there was no indication that there would be any problems or anything. It was a great pregnancy and really excited. First child, lots of nerves as a dad. By the way, there have to be thousands of books for moms, expecting moms, and there's nothing for dad. And I just remember thinking, what about me? I'm scared too. But so the moment Lucie was born is when we figured out that there was a problem, and it was extremely serious. It turned out, we found out later, she had a hole in her diaphragm. And this hole made it impossible for her to breathe when she was born. Now, nobody knew this was happening or coming up, so the minute she was born, there they are, checking her out, doing all the stuff. And I'm waiting for that moment that you see on TV shows or movies. The baby's born, and then a few seconds later, they cry, and everybody goes, oh, okay, good. We're okay. She can breathe, she's crying, everything's fine. And it didn't happen. There was total silence in the room. And you hear all the machines going, and the people taking care of Lucie mumbling quietly in the corner, and I'm thinking, what in the world is going on? This doesn't look good. And next thing I know, they pick her up and they run out the door. Where'd she go? Well, like I said, she couldn't breathe at all. They took her and immediately put a tube in her and were pumping oxygen into her. This went on for about 24 hours. This was at Piedmont Hospital. And she, because of the hole in her diaphragm, developed other conditions, all kinds of problems, complications, one after another. And it just kept getting worse and worse. And no matter what they did, she would be okay for maybe 5 minutes. And then something else would happen. And it was just this big train wreck of problems going on, all within the first 24 hours. And eventually they came to us and they said, we are pumping 100% oxygen into her lungs. We're doing everything we can possibly do. And the oxygen's not getting into her blood. And she's going to die unless we can do something else. There is nothing left that we can do here, but at Eggleston Children's Hospital, they have something called ECMO, which is short for a really long word I won't even try to say right now, but it's a heart-lung bypass machine, and it would allow them to take the blood out of her body, put oxygen in it, and put it back into her body, and hopefully save her. Because at that moment, her oxygen levels were so low, it was really grave. So they rushed her over to Eggleston, and they put her on ECMO. It was very, very complicated. Like I said, Lucie did not make things easy in her first few days. Everything was a challenge. And she remained on ECMO for 9 days while they kind of sorted things out and figured out what was going on. And that's how they were able to figure out about the hole in her diaphragm. And eventually she was able to have surgery to repair that. She underwent a lot of other surgeries as well. There were a lot of things kind of all in combination with her initial problem that led to her staying at Eggleston for 3 months. So I pretty much lived there for the first 3 months. And the main thing that I can tell you is we all need this place. Before this, like I said, I didn't know that much about children's, and I'd never met anybody that had a connection to it. And afterwards, being in a band and traveling around, I talked a lot about Lucie's story. And everywhere I went, I met people who were connected. Oh, I was at Children's when I was a kid. My daughter was at Children's. My son, my nephew, my uncle, my neighbor. Everybody. And I began to realize just how big a deal it was for all of us, not just for our family, but for everybody. And I just thought that was really pretty interesting, because a month before she was born, I was sitting there, you know, doing an event kind of like this. And I was having fun and thought, I felt good about myself doing something pretty cool to help out other people, but I didn't think on a deeper level. And it really does touch all of us. If it wasn't for Children's and the equipment that they had and the people that they had at ECMO, I'm not exaggerating in any way, shape, or form, Lucie would not be alive. The equipment that they had, it's the only place around here that they have it. And the people there are truly experts at what they do, and they saved her life. She would not have lived otherwise. So thank you guys for doing your part. And it's pretty cool because this is the 10th anniversary of this event, and Lucie will be 10 years old next Monday. And as a dad, I just have to say I'm really proud. She's a competitive cheerleader, straight A student, and loves music and dancing and all the great stuff that a 10-year-old should love. And it's because of the help of people like you. So I think Lucie just wants to say something real quick. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming, and have a good day.
Thank you all. Good luck out there.